Yo, this your boy Hoodie Kush with the Basement Boys back in the building. I know it's been a little while. Family stuff to take care of. Brother going through some things. So, just trying to be the best person I could be. Dak Owens, what's the goodie, my guy? How you? Salute to you, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Tonight we just chatting it up about training camp. Let's chat it up. Yeah, yes, sir. Hit that like button. Hit that like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Helps out the algorithm. Gets me a few more viewers. Hopefully, some more subscribers. I'm on the road to 100. I'm at 66 right now, so I'm on the road to 100. Trying to make it do the way it do. You know what I'm talking about? I've been trying to get live for like the past week, but I figured I'd let the first week of training camp go by, and so that way, you guys got everything from everybody else, all our other content creators, their opinions, their thoughts on the matter. Figured I'd give you mine after the first 3 days, let some of it digest and soak in. I'm when Schotty was hired, I was cautiously optimistic. Because I wasn't sure what the Joneses would allow. I wasn't sure what the Joneses would give to help out Schotty in his first year. And the fact that they allowed Schotty to go out and pick his own coaching staff of talented, highly touted coaches, the Clayton Adams of the world, the Connor Rileys of the world. It gave me more optimism. Then, of course, the start of training camp. What was that, Monday? The press conference. I don't know what Jerry was talking about. I don't know what Jerry's trying to allude to, but we all know Mike is going to get paid. I'm trying not to go down that rabbit hole because we already know they're going to pay Micah. And if they don't, then it is what it is. We just got to roll with the punches. But the way I'm looking at it is same old. It's the same old story every year. If we pay him, then this, or something could happen. We paid Dak this, and he missed out on that, and a whole bunch of rhetoric not even needed. You know what I'm saying? Throwing people under the bus, not needed. You know what I'm saying? Whatever animosity the Joneses have towards Trayvon Diggs, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But you docked him $500,000. So you shouldn't have to say anything in a press conference to diminish what he's done for this team. So certain things you just need to Jerry. It's time. It's time, bro. Like you slowly handed over the keys to your son. Give him the last key. Give him the last key and go sit the hell down. Because we're kind of tired of it. We're kind of tired of hearing the rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? Then let's fast forward. Now day one, Monday, that was more walkthroughs. You didn't really see much. You know what I'm saying? You had ESPN putting out video of Brandon Cooks and saying it was George Pickens. I almost fell for it. I took that down immediately. I almost fell for it. But that goes to show that the media outlets crave cowboy news. The media outlets crave cowboy tension. And you see what they're doing now with the whole Micah, the Joneses, Micah, and Trayvon situation. You know what I'm saying? After Jerry threw Terrence Steele under the bus and he threw Dak under the bus, they didn't care. Right? They didn't care because they got paid, of course. They already got paid. So I get that. But if you want to have a coach who desperately wants to win a championship, come in, you hire this guy, but then you automatically start playing games with some of his best personnel. It's like it reaffirms how us as Cowboys fans feel, as the fan base feels. You know what I'm saying? You only care about the bottom line. You don't give a shit about this team. You don't give a shit about winning the Super Bowl. You only care about your bottom line. Micah is smarter than the average bear. He's 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 playing the game with him. He's playing the game with him. And I don't think Jerry's going to like this game that Micah's playing with him, because it seems like Micah has the upper hand. And he does. Let's be honest. He has the upper hand. So when the season starts, if Micah doesn't get paid, I want y'all to prepare for life without Micah. I'm slowly getting to a point where I'm going to have to prepare for life without Micah, because the Joneses want to play around so much. But that's neither here nor there. We're going to move on from that. We speak positivity here. This is what we do at the Basement Boys, because we get it from the mud out here. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the fancy doodads and all that. So, you know what I mean? Joey Badass, what's the deal? Here we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you being here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into training camp, man. Day one, well, Tuesday, day one. Day one, we saw some things that could give us some optimism. It seems like what SCHOTTY has been saying about high energy, about being intentional, with this team is holding true. You know what I'm saying? We went through the whole kumbaya kissing the babies, and everybody gets a burger. You know what I'm saying? We went through all that in the offseason, after OTAs, during OTAs. We already went through that. Now we're at a place where in 2 days pads will be on. And in those and in these three practice sessions, we've seen the offense win. We've seen the defense win. But it all remains the same. High energy. Like, you had guys say in the past, oh, well, we were tired. That tells me that the practices weren't high energy under Mike McCarthy. That tells me that Mike McCarthy was real lenient on how he coached, especially in practice, because he would say it after every presser, like during a presser, like right before or after the game. Oh, well, we didn't practice well this week. What do you mean you didn't practice well this week? You control the practices, so how do we not practice well? As opposed to, you look at SCHOTTY. We've seen it because it's all over X. You know what I'm saying? It's all over YouTube, from our content creators giving us feedback, the Vosh Lombardis, the J Tucks, you know what I'm saying, CFT, Law Nation. They're giving us things that we can see, the John Machotas, Calvin Watkins, those guys. They're giving us the inside track to these guys, right? So we're seeing the progress, or we're seeing the work that's being done, right? We're seeing DeMarvion Overshown with Trayvon Diggs on the chords. We're seeing Deuce Vaughn actually getting some burn. We're seeing Jadon Blue working with the threes, the twos. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing the Donovan Ezarakus and the Tyler Guytons. We're seeing the work that they're putting in. We're seeing this firsthand. So seeing it makes you want to believe it. Now, is that to say that there isn't a million other teams, that the other 31 teams around the league not practicing just like this? I'm not going to say, I'm not as delusional into thinking that we're the only team that practices like this. But I will say we are probably one of the only teams that's practicing at this level for a purpose. The purpose, I think, just my opinion, and us practicing this way. I spoke on it yesterday with my guy Nix on his space on X. What Schotty is doing right now by literally running these men like horses, literally running these men up and down the field from start to finish. He's preparing you for those times when we say, "Oh well, this person has fell off." You can tell. That Osa's not getting that much production because he's fatigued. Well, this is the conditioning period. It's an install and conditioning period. And from day one, it's been nothing but conditioning because these dudes are running up and down the field from start to finish. Nobody's complaining. Everybody's getting it in. In fact, it seems like downright fun. Seems like a downright good time. Makes you want to go ahead, put on a cowboy hat, throw on some Stetsons, and do the two-step. You know what I'm saying? That gives me optimism because not only do we have George Pickens in the building, not only do we have a Miles Sanders, Javonte Williams, and then two rookies behind him with a Deuce Vaughn, with a Hunter Lemke. You know what I'm saying? Not only do we have, in my opinion, a pretty good offensive line with Tyler Booker, Tyler Smith, Tyler Guyton, and Cooper Beebe. We also have the coaches to back it up. You know what I'm saying? Like something I always say. There's three things you need in order to be successful in the NFL. You need dogs. Those dogs need discipline and just a little bit of luck. Just a little bit of luck. If you don't believe me in the luck in the luck area, go back to 2022 when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl. Who did they had to play in the playoffs? They had the first round bye. Then they played the Giants. Daniel Jones and the Giants. Then they went to San Francisco where two of their quarterbacks went down. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, cakewalk. Two of their quarterbacks went down, and then they had to play with Christian McCaffrey as a quarterback. Cakewalk. Did they win? Did they win the Super Bowl? No, because they actually played a real team. They actually had a test in front of them. That's where the luck comes in. You know what I'm saying? You can get lucky at the right time and be able to capitalize, but that's up to you. And I think with this coaching staff and this team, I think we can capitalize. It's just, I mean, granted, again, this is just training camp. The pads come on Sunday. We don't know what these guys are going to look like when pads come on. Now we know who the who's who are: the CDs, the GPs, the Dak Prescotts. You know what I'm saying? The Micah Parsons of the world, the Osa Odighizuwas of the world. You know what I'm saying? The Deron Blands. We know who these guys are. They got lucky last year too. Yes, they did. Halftime, a snowstorm, like a snowstorm. Like seriously, out of nowhere, a snowstorm. Yeah, they definitely got lucky last season. But I'll give them more credit for last season than I did for 2022. I'll give them a little bit more credit. You know what I'm saying? They did play a pretty good Washington team who equally got lucky, because Detroit was like diminished with injury on defense. Joey Badass. They got lucky. Detroit was diminished. They were devastated with injury. It was bad. It was bad for Detroit. But when Washington had to go up against the Eagles with the Saquon Barkleys of the world, the AJ Browns of the world, they did exactly what we all thought they would do: play the run and not care about the pass. Let's be honest. Jalen Hurts has not had a game where he threw over 300 yards. He probably has like 4 in his whole career. But as of last year, I think he probably only had like 1, maybe 2. He does not have to work hard. He does not have to put the team on his back. Even when it comes to him running, he didn't have to carry the load because he had a stellar team around him. I'm hoping that what we have, I'm not going to say Miles Sanders is Saquon Barkley. That's foolish. That's foolish. There's only one Saquon Barkley. But if you can give me if Miles Sanders comes in the Dallas as the 22 Miles Sanders, I'll take it. If you're telling me Javonte Williams comes into come into the Cowboys as Javonte Williams and 22 pre-injury, I'll take it. If you're telling me that George Pickens crashes out once this year and we get to the playoffs and to beat somebody in the divisional round, I'll take it. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I want to get lucky? Hell yeah. But unfortunately for us Cowboys and our fan base, we don't have that luxury because everybody gets up to play the Cowboys. Everybody gets up to play the Cowboys. I don't care who you are. Justin Herbert has never beat the Cowboys. Justin Herbert has never beat Dak Prescott. Give me 1 second. Yes, sweetheart. Give me 1 second. I got to put a kid back to bed.
No.
Yes. Give me 1 second. He's a 2-year-old. My apologies. That was my 2-year-old. She's a little firecracker. What can I say? Where was I? Oh yeah, luck of the draw. Do I want to come out? If you ask me what I think our record is going to be, I want to say 17-0 until it's not. We're going to go undefeated until we're not. That's just how I feel. But you also have to live in the realm of reality. You're not going to win every game. Everything's not going to be perfect. Like everybody's saying, indeed. Everybody's saying, well, everything's all well and good right now, throwing a party, but how's Shotty going to be when the shit hits the fan, when we have a bad string of games? I don't think he's going to change. I think he's going to be tough like he was a couple of days ago in practice after a fight. I think he's going to be. I think under McCarthy and this coach. I'm sorry. I think under Shotty and this coaching staff, you'll see adjustments faster than you did with McCarthy. You'll see end-game adjustments faster than you've seen with McCarthy. I think you'll probably even see better clock management than you did under McCarthy. I think Shotty is literally going to maximize every opportunity that he has, every opportunity, because how can you not want to do that with the personnel that you have? We had to deal with CD and a bag of chips for the past 4 years. You know what I'm saying? We had to deal with MICAH Parsons and a bag of chips for the past 4 years on that defensive line. And now the line looks a little different. Do we have a viable one tech? No. Would I like one? Maybe. But if you look at what Shotty's doing, or pardon me, if you look at what Eberflus is doing, Eberflus runs a system that's a little different. He doesn't really rely on the big trash can full of dirt. He doesn't. He relies a lot on 3 techs and linebacker play. So The Solomon Thomas pickup, that was pivotal. The Tommy Akingbah Sode pickup, a draft pick, that was pivotal. Even the Jay Thawia pickup or draft pick was very pivotal. I think, in my heart of hearts, I believe, I don't care what anybody else says, I believe Jay Thawia is more NFL ready than what Mozzie Smith was when he was drafted. And Jay Thawia is a 7th rounder. I'm one to believe that I don't care where you were picked at, because everybody, like, if you're a dog, you're a dog. It don't matter where you're picked at. Some dudes fall by the wayside every day. You know what I'm saying? You hear some of these guys, they say, let's take Donovan Ezeraku, for example, right? Pardon me. Let's take Donovan Ezeraku for you're right. He's not, and that's the beauty of it. He's true to form. He's always saying that he's authentic and he's been true to form. You know what I'm saying? Take Donovan Ezeraku, for example. Donovan Ezeraku is a top 30 player, 2nd best pass rusher coming out of college, next to Abdul Carter. Now, forgive me, I don't really know much about college ball or the dudes that are coming out, only from, you know, the Law Nations, the CFTs, the J Tucks, the DMVs, you know, guys who actually do draft content. So, like, I'm gonna try my hand at it, but right now I'm not very good. So I can only go off what I've seen and the film that I've watched. And the film that I've watched of Donovan Ezeraku as a top 30 player to fall to 44 when I'm pretty sure teams needed an edge rusher, to let this dude fall that far, you're doing this kid a disservice. So us getting him, he's a gem. He's showing it in training camp. Granted, the pads are not on, but he's showing it in training camp. There's no way you can tell me that if the season ended tomorrow and you put Donovan Ezeraku next to Abdul Carter, who do you think would have the better stats? Who do you think would have the most impact? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at Abdul Carter, he's got Dexter Lawrence on his squad, Brian Byrne on his squad. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got a really good defense to play next to. You know what I'm saying? The most we've had is on our front would be Micah, Osa. Mozzie's been a liability. Hopefully this year he takes that next step, but I'm not banking on it, because if a rookie Tyler Booker is moving you off the line and you're in year 3, that sends a bit of a problem. I don't care how much weight they made you drop. I don't care how much, because that same dude, Tyler Booker, got cooked by Donovan Ezeraku. He got cooked by Don. So is it now? It's a good problem to have, right? Is it Mozzie that's the liability in that rep, or is it the fact that Tyler Booker is that good? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like a good problem to have. Sort of like you're looking at if you're looking at training camp, well, just this week, we've the offense has put the ball on the floor, like fumble after fumble, interception after interception. And again, it's one of those questions you have to ask. Is it the defense being so good, or is it the offense being that bad? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, the offense is that bad that they're throwing picks and fumbling in training camp. I tend to believe, and you can thank your goats for this. I'm pretty sure Dak Owens listened to Law today, listen to CFT, listen to a bunch of our other content creators, and they all mirrored the same sentiment. Matt Eberflus Matt Eberflus is building a different type of defense, a defense with intentions. That intention is to take away the ball. So if they can get it started now, it's the same thing. Like it's just like working out, right? It's just like working out. You want to be able to say you want to be able to run 15 miles. Well, you've never ran before, so you don't just go full bore running 15 miles, 15 straight miles. No, you build up to it. You build up to it. You work at it. And that's what this defense is doing. It's working at it. While the offense is also installing what they're installing. So the offense is looking at one thing, looking to try one thing, you know what I'm saying, to see what they can do to put defenses in conflict. Well, this defense is only thinking about one thing, taking that ball away, stopping the offense. They're more of an attacking style. There is no, like they say scheme, right? I don't think there is a scheme. If there is a scheme, it's we're going to take the ball away. That's our scheme. We're attacking you. We're not reacting. It's not a reactionary defense. This is an attacking defense. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? Because you're putting dogs in an area where they can be the best possible them. You know what I'm saying? Deron Bland chasing down George Pickens and punching the ball out. That's got to count for something. You know what I'm saying? Donovan Wilson punching the ball out. Malik Hooker, one-handed interceptions. You know what I'm saying? Troy Pride, one-handed interceptions. You know what I'm saying? Marshawn Nealon. You know what I'm saying? Interceptions and coverage. Is that a wrinkle we're going to see? You know what I'm saying? Where Marshawn Nealon drops back into coverage. Is that a wrinkle we'll be able to see? A MICAH Parsons dropping back into coverage. We've seen it before, but we haven't seen it enough. So I think with the defense, it's more intentional. Like they really have a plan. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. Now, I'm not too worried about the offense, whether they falter or not, because you have a healthy Dak Prescott, you got a healthy CD Lamb, and you got George Pickens. Anything after that is a luxury. So having Jonathan Mingo, you know what I'm saying, having Flournoy, having Tolbert, or even say Trayshawn Holden makes some noise, having a Trace, that's all a luxury. You know what I'm saying? Even having Jake Ferguson, that's a luxury. Brevin Spanford, it's a luxury because you have such dynamic weapons on the outside who can also play in multiple spots in the wide receiver role. You know what I'm saying? Slot, X, Y, Z. Like they can do it all. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, if teams are keying in on the CDs and the Lamb or the CDs and the Pickens, I mean, they can't cover everybody. If you're asking me about the running backs, we don't know. I think it's kind of hard to view a running back without contact. Is it nice to see them moving the way that they're moving? Yeah, because that's telling me that the offensive line is opening up holes. They're opening up space. You know what I'm saying? So the offensive line is doing their job in the run department. Let's see what happens when the pads are on. Can they still open up those same lanes? Can those running backs still find those same lanes and take advantage of them? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Deuce Vaughn, but once pads are on and you're able to be contacted, do you have that contact balance? Are you strong enough and wily enough to hit those holes hard and punch the defenses in the mouth? You know what I'm saying? Do you have the wherewithal to do that? Now, there was a conversation we were having with Nick's on his space. Vach was on. Shout out to Vach, 100K subscribers. Jay Tuck was on, and Marcus Mosier. Marcus Mosier says he's more about, just paraphrasing, he's more about the X's and O's, meaning a good scheme with a good offensive line can elevate the running back. Whereas, some of us believe that a good running back can elevate the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we've been banging the drum for a couple of years now. We need a running back. We need a running back. We need a running back. Well, last year when we had Rico Dowdle, let's give the man his flowers. He got over 1,000. He got over 1,000 with a very, very young and inexperienced offensive line. Say what you want. And he didn't get the full start until I think week 10, week 11. So he had another 6 or 7 games where he finally took the reins. 7 or 8 games. He finally took the reins and got 1,000 yards. Now, granted, Dak wasn't on the floor. You know what I'm saying? CD was banged up. You had Cooper Rush. So that means the playbook got shrunk. It got dumbed down. Insanely dumbed down as compared to what Dak Prescott has to work with. And that meant you're not gonna force Cooper Rush to throw the ball 30, 35, 40 times. You're actually going to run the ball. That was the only time we seen Mike McCarthy run the ball. Like, even though he said in every presser, we just need to get the attempts. We just need to get the attempts. We just need to get the attempts. Well, you're the offensive play caller. Get the attempts. He started getting those attempts once Dak went down. Because, and this goes for any team, I would think, if you have two quarterbacks and they both have completely different skill sets, your backup is not going to be able to run the same offense the way that your starter runs the offense. So, of course, by proxy, it's going to get dumbed down. You're going to shrink down the playbook. You're going to shrink down the playbook to suit your quarterback that's under center. Brandy Mahoney, how are you, sweet pea? You know what I'm saying? So I think this year, Schotty's already said that he is intentional on running the ball. He wants to be a running team. Fine. I'm cool with that. I knew you were serious about that when you brought in Clayton Adams. I knew you were doubling down on your seriousness when you brought in Connor Riley. You know what I'm saying? I did a couple of lives I think a couple of lives ago I did something on Connor Riley. And Connor Riley's background is offensive line. Connor Riley's accolades come from offensive line play. Connor Riley has gotten more offensive linemen as All-Americans. He got them to be All-Americans, 15 of them, Cooper Beebe included. You know what I'm saying? Remember, Connor Riley was the offensive line coach when Deuce was in the same conversation as a Bijan Robinson and a Jahmyr Gibbs. That should say something. So it's not crazy to think that with a Jadon Blue, Phil Maffa, Miles Sanders, Javonte Williams, that they can't be successful in the run game. I'm not saying they're going to go out there and put up between 1,700 and 2,000 yards. If they can do that collectively, I'm all for it. I am all for it. If you give me 4 running backs on this team and collectively they come up with 1,400 yards, come up with 2,000 yards collectively, that means 500 yards from 4 different players. I am fine with that. I am fine with that. That's balance. And I was just saying that, Brandy. It all depends on when they have pads on, and pads come on Sunday. So we're gonna find out in a couple of days. We're gonna find out what it's hitting for in a couple of days. I mean, for sure. Mm-hmm. How do y'all feel about what y'all have seen lately? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm excited. I'm excited. I mean, even the Jonathan Mingo connection with Joe Milton and Dak, like Jonathan Mingo's finally getting a good ball to catch. You know what I'm saying? He's finally getting good quarterback play. George Pickens finally getting good quarterback play. George Pickens said a couple of days ago, CJ, what's goody, my guy? George Pickens said a few days ago that he's happy to be running real plays, better plays. He's happy to have better plays to work with. That's an indictment on Pittsburgh because they usually they used him as an X receiver. That's it. Not understanding the tool bag that he has. You know what I'm saying? Not understanding George Pickens, the player. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like it's weird. We say damn when a team gets a player that we wanted. What we have to understand is that dude a scheme fit? Does he fit what this team wants to do? The way it's looking, Pittsburgh didn't know what to do with the young man. All right, look, you're gonna go deep. Maybe I'll give you a 5 and in or something to the corner. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if you look at us, CD is versatile. George Pickens is actually very versatile. Jonathan Mingo, very versatile. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, do what you do, baby. Hey, it's for the family. It's for the family. You know what I mean? Very, very concerned about the run defense. I'm 100% facts. Top 5, and it ain't gonna be 5. I'm telling you now. This is a scary proposition. Like if you listen to CD talk the other day, and nothing he said was fodder. Nothing he said was false. The whole league knows exactly who CD is when he has a healthy Dak Prescott. 1,770 yards, 12 touchdowns. The whole league knows who he is. Now you gave him George Pickens. You gave him a running mate. Y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble. I'm not just saying it because everybody else said no. I'm saying it because I see it. Y'all in trouble. Y'all are in trouble. Like you look at the ESPNs and all that. They'll say top 5 or top 10 wide receiver duos, and you telling me these guys aren't even in the top 10. So Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams is better than CD, and no, they're not. You're telling me AJ Brown and Smitty are better than. I can't sign that. I'm sorry, I can't. I mean, I can't sign that. And that's the biggest thing about it, right? Keeping Dak. Listen, I already spoke on it. I'm gonna say it again. I'm treating this like when we all wanted Ashton Genty, but we were picking at 12. You know what I'm saying, just because we wanted Ashton Genty, don't mean no other team didn't want Ashton Genty. You know what I'm saying? If Jerry fucks around with Micah Parsons, he will find out. He will find out quickly. Pay him. Pay Micah. Get that out the way. You bring in another 15 to 20 million, 15 to 18 million dollars if you play him, if you pay him. And you can still sign DeRon Bland, Brandon Aubrey, Tyler Smith, Sam Williams. Unfortunately, I believe wholeheartedly that this may be Sam Williams' last year as a Cowboy. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because of his own doing. He's going to play himself into a contract that Jerry will refuse to pay. You know what I'm saying? We're probably going to make some crazy noise this year. Real talk, right? I'm not one to say, oh, it's our year, it's our year, it's our year. I've been a Cowboys fan 43 years. I'll be 44 in October. I've never once said, oh, yeah, this is our year. Even when we won 3 in the 90s, I never said this is our year. I will not say it now. But what I will say is we can make a lot of noise. Yes, Micah is a different breed. Micah is such a different breed because we actually brought him in. Oh, yeah, I love Micah. I like Sam. I love Micah Parsons. I like Sam. I do. I like Sam. Sam is going to play himself into a contract that Jerry won't want to pay. That's what the issue is. It's not that Sam is going to be a problem. No, Sam is going to be a problem for other teams, for 31 other teams. And you know what I'm saying? Sam is going to be a problem for those guys. He's not going to be a problem for us. But once the season's all said and done, Sam is going to play himself into a bigger contract, and it won't be with the Cowboys because we won't pay it. You know what I'm saying? If we fuck around and not pay DaRon Bland, he's going to play himself into it. I hope so, but if he plays himself into a big ass, you saw what J.C. Horn got. He got 30. J.C. Horn got Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner has been in the league, I think, the same amount of time, maybe a year more than DaRon Bland. And he still hasn't accumulated the production that DaRon Bland has. Now, I'll say Sauce is more of a lockdown corner. Yeah. But as far as production goes, taking the ball away, pick sixes. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, even last year, DaRon Bland played what? He came back week 12. And when we played Tampa Bay, he wrestled the ball out of somebody's hands, out of one of the running backs' hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, not all cornerbacks can do that. Not all cornerbacks have the propensity to do that. Some of these dudes don't even like to hit. You know what I'm saying? Let alone wrestle a ball away. So I honestly, you know what I mean? There you go. There you go, Brady. Those numbers, like when you have the production that he's had over the course of his career, it's hard to say you're not worth that. It's hard to say that you're not worth that. It's easier not to pay you. I'm saying, like, all right, look, this boy won too much, but he's played worth that much. We just can't pay that. You're going to have to let him go. And it's going to be the same thing for Sam Williams. It's going to be the same thing. Now, luckily for us, I like Kyrie Elam. I think Kyrie Elam will. I think he's on a 1-year deal, but I think Kyrie Elam will work out here, and that's the thing about it. That's the thing about it. So if we keep DaRon Bland, that means Trayvon's not here. If we keep Trayvon, that means DaRon Bland's not here. I mean, because to be honest, if you're looking at the rest of the room, if you're looking at the rest of the secondary, and I'm putting safeties in that too, if you're looking at the rest of the secondary, you only have 2 safeties. You could say 3, depending on yeah, depending on how well Elijah Clark works. Donovan will probably be gone before Malik Hooker, but yeah, one of them's gone. One of them's gone. So unless you create super cap space, I don't see us keeping a Trayvon Diggs with a DaRon Bland, a Micah Parsons with a Sam Williams. Because I'm going to say it again. Sam Williams is going to play himself into a huge contract. He's going to play himself into it. Say what you want. Last season, Chauncey Galston played himself into a nice size contract. It wasn't a huge one, but it was a nice size contract with New York. We weren't going to pay it. We weren't going to pay it. Like, that's the downside. I mean, that's the cost of doing business. Now, let's just say, for sake of an argument, not trying to cast any bad juju on anybody, but let's just say, for sake of an argument, we wake up tomorrow and you can't pay everybody, but we wake up tomorrow and breaking news: Jerry Jones has been called home. Do I see things working a little differently? Yeah, I think I see Micah getting paid immediately. I see Tyler Smith getting paid immediately. I see us getting another DT. I see us getting another running back. I see us pushing to pay George Pickens. You know what I'm saying? If was a fifth, I'd be drunk. But we're gonna play the F game tonight. We're gonna play the F game tonight. If we woke up tomorrow and breaking news, Jerry has been called home. I do believe those things that Jerry tried to hinder will be rectified. I truly believe that. Unfortunately, Jerry's going to outlive us all. So, but for what and it's a shame. It's a shame to say this, what I'm about to say, but then saying what I said about Sam Williams and DaRon Bland, he's well worth it. You're not going to find a top 2 guard in the draft. You're not. You got lucky. You got lucky. You know what I mean? Like this kid, when he first got into the league, he had penalty problems. Cleaned them up immediately. Not only did he clean those up, he went from left guard to left tackle. Back to left guard. You know what I'm saying? And was an all-pro, was a pro bowler at the left tackle, but an all-pro guard. You know what I'm saying? So, no, you can't fight. You pay him. You pay him. You pay him. I mean, and it's a shame because you got Donovan Ezeraku. Now, what we see with Donovan Easy, he's him. Is he better than Micah? I can't go that far. But he's him. He's not. He's going to be nice. He is the defensive line's DeMarvion Overshow. He's got a motor. He's quick with it. He's got moves on moves. He's definitely pro ready. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, say, Marshawn Nealon was. But Marshawn Nealon is a different type of dude. Marshawn Nealon is more of your run stopper. And he even spoke on it where what I thought was Marshawn Nealon, the fact that we didn't go out and scramble for one of these free agent one techs is because you have a tweener like a Marshawn Nealon. He's got size, he's got length, he's got some sort of pass rush ability, but he's a run stopper by nature. So if you were to pair him up with say a Jay Toia, Tommy Aking-Basote, one of those guys in the middle, Solomon Thomas, even Osa, I mean, it could pay dividends. It could pay dividends. So, I mean, when you got guys that are versatile like that, it's hard to not pay them. It's hard to not look at those dudes as an asset, like a very valuable asset. You know what I'm saying? As far as the running backs are concerned, man, I already spoke on that part. Look, if you carry 4 running backs, my expectation is at least 400 to 500 yards for each running back. And it can be done. It can be done, especially if you have the offensive line gurus that you have. You know what I'm saying? Like, Connor Riley speaks volumes. Clayton Adams, highly touted. You know what I'm saying? And the things that they've done in the places that they've been is astronomical because it doesn't happen everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Eberflus as the linebacker guru. Maris Levenfeld is going to have a fucking crazy year. Crazy year. I think Damone Clark gets back to form. I think Kenneth Murray, K9, they call him K9. I think K9, man, he wants to be the green dot. I don't think he will. I think that's Jack Sanborn's job. But either way, if Kenneth Murray is on the field, you're going to get good play. If Damone Clark's on the field, you're going to get good play. Jack Sanborn, he understands the defense. He's got Eberflus. He was with him in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. When you have the players, you got to strike while it's hot. You got to. You know what I'm saying? You can't have lackadaisical coaching. You can't have undisciplined personnel. You can't. Because all those things, both of those things can hinder you. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that I love about Shotty is He's not. When he started screaming everybody out at training camp, he wasn't screaming out just the two dudes who got into a fight throwing punches. He didn't scream out just the defense. He didn't scream out. He screamed out the team. Me personally, the one thing, like my dark horse for this year isn't a unit. It isn't a unit. You know what I'm saying? I think the team itself is a unit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how Schotty's looking at it. Like, no, we're not just defense or offense or just special teams. No, we're a unit. This is our unit right here, the Dallas Cowboys. This is our unit. What we have to do as a unit is go out there and play as a unit, meaning offense, march down the field. I don't care if it's 15 plays. March down the field, give your defense rest, score, put points on the board. Defense, come in, knock the shit out of the opposing offense, get your offense back on the floor so they can go score some more points. You know what I'm saying? Like complementary football. Right? And the only thing complimentary about that type of complementary football is your coaching staff. If your coaching staff is in line, if your offensive coaching staff is in line with your defensive coaching staff, everything should melt together. Everything should melt together. And you are 100% right, Brandy. Shotty ain't playing no games with these niggas. He ain't playing not one game. He means everything he's saying. And that's what I like about him. Like, he says he's authentic. He even said it. He told us this. He told us he was this type of disciplinarian a long time ago when at his first press conference. You know what I mean? Like, no, man. These dudes just watched. These dudes just watched in February. Their division nemesis go out there and win a Super Bowl, only to turn around the next day and hear not just their own fan base, but hear that same fan base that won a Super Bowl troll them the entire summer. The entire summer. If these dudes are fighting that practice, if they've got this energy to do that right there at practice, they got a chip on their shoulder. They got a fire lit under them. They want to do something about it. And the fact that we get those same dudes week one, whoever is on the 53-man roster, Shotty said it, I want to put the best players on the field. It's a competition. I don't care if you're a rookie or a 10-year vet. You got to compete. And if the dude behind you is better than you, I'm putting him up. I'm putting him out there. You know what I'm saying? We all know the who's are in their spots because they're not giving that up. But the fact that they had to deal with all that through the summer, knowing that they got to go play these dudes week one, you got a Donovan as a rock who's just flashing every day. You got a George Pickens who's flashing every day. CD is CD, we know. You know what I'm saying? The offensive line, they've got a chip on their shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Because people talking bad about Tyler Guyton, we should throw him in the trash. Well, he's gotten a lot better. You got Terrence Steele. Oh, man, Terrence Steele, we got to throw him in the trash, too, because he was just getting beat like a drum. Do you realize that is the only offensive lineman that we had that played 35 straight games for this team? That's 2 straight years. 17, a playoff game, 17. Literally did not miss a game. And this is coming off of an injury, an ACL tear. It's got to say something. He's got a fire lit under him. You know what I'm saying? Dak Prescott coming off of his injury. You know what I'm saying? He already gets hate like a motherfucker. He already gets hate just for being a Cowboy. He gets hate just for being Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see the focus in him. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's going to be contagious. That's the bad part, right? So When Shotty was here 3 years ago, 5 years ago, because Shotty's been in the building since Mike McCarthy. He's been in the building since Mike McCarthy, 2020. He's been in the building. First as a consultant. First he was just coming in like, hey, this and that, this, talking some shit. Then he came in as a non-play calling OC, the dumbest move you could have made. You bring him in as a non-play calling OC because you, Mike McCarthy, have too much ego and you wanted to call the plays. And you did a horrible job at it. Granted, 12-5. I'm of the belief that we won those 12. We had those 12-5 seasons in spite of the archaic gameplay or play calling that we got from Mike McCarthy. And Steven and Jerry even said it. I've seen Shotty understand when to shut the fuck up. They'd be in meetings, installs, and Shotty knew when to shut the fuck up. Cool. Well, guess what, Shotty? You ain't got to shut the fuck up no more. And that's what he's leaning on. I ain't got to shut the fuck up. No, this is my team now. Like, yeah, I got to deal with the Joneses, but this is my team. You can tell that because of what they allowed him to do. They gave him free reign in the coaching hires. He pounded on the table for certain players. No, we're not getting a running back at 2. He's still on the board, and no one's taking him. We want him. We want this guy. We want that guy. Then we can go out and get the things that we so-called need. You know what I'm saying? So I'm insanely optimistic. Before, I was cautiously optimistic. I've always been on the Shotty train, yeah, but I've been cautiously optimistic, mainly because I wasn't sure what the Joneses would try to do to derail this thing. And you can see what they're trying to do now. They're trying to derail it. Let's be honest. By not paying Micah, by saying the things that you're trying to derail it. Now, granted, this is the same old song and dance every year. You heard it last year with the whole Dak Prescott thing, CD thing. You heard it done. You know what I'm saying? You found him. You found him. He's here. He's here. He's had success in the NFL. He's had success in the AFC. While Tom Brady was playing 2 years back to back, went to the AFC Championship. You found him. You got him. You got him. Aaron White Cotton. Aaron White. Say what you want about the Jets. They had some great defenses. That's thanks to Aaron White Cotton. That is thanks to Aaron White Cotton. Say what you want about Matt Eberflus as a head coach in Chicago. Horrible. Horrible head coach. But his defense was top 10. Say what you want about the Arizona Cardinals and their woes. But they were third in the league in rushing just last year, with Clayton Adams as the offensive line coach. So these coaches that Shotty brought in, I know I'm repeating myself, but these coaches that Shotty brought in have a specific skill set. They specialize in an area. You know what I'm saying? Junior Adams is a wide receivers coach. Do you know who Junior Adams is? Like, I never knew who Junior Adams was, but he was a wide receiver. His background speaks wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? These dudes are here. We don't have a Jeff Blasco. Jeff Blasco was a tight ends coach. Jeff Blasco was a tight ends coach. Jeff Blasco was a nobody. But he comes here and he's the running back coach. And you wonder why we didn't have the success that we had. Mark my words. If we can have a do-over season and do things a little differently, Rico Dowdle would have been a 1,400-yard back. I want to stand on that. He would have been a 1,400-yard back. This season, I'm not looking for, depending on the number of running backs we have and who they are, I'm not expecting a 1,400-yard back. I'm expecting 3 or 4, 5 to 600-yard backs. I am super fine with that. Because what that's telling me is, all right, we're running with a running back by committee, but caveat, your running backs are conducive to the teams that you play. Your running backs are being called according to the defenses that you play. If you're playing a soft defense, I'm going to use one of my speedsters, run you all up and down the field. If I'm playing one of those hard-hitting pound you defenses, I'm going to bring out one of my pounders, the Phil Moffas, the Javonte Williams. You know what I'm saying? If I want to finesse you all day, I'll bring in Miles Sanders, Jadon Blue, Deuce Vaughn, shit, even Turpin. Turpin coming out of the backfield is a menace. His speed is crazy. Give him space, he's a rocket. Same thing with Jadon. Honestly, same thing with Deuce Vaughn. You can almost say the same thing about Miles. But the veterans are the veterans for a reason. So I don't see them lamenting. I don't see them just handing over the keys. You know what I'm saying? They're on one-year deals anyway. So at some point, we're going to see the Jadon Blues in the Phil Moffas. You're probably going to see a lot of them in the preseason. Yes, indeed. Listen, if you think that these dudes don't hear you, if you think that these dudes don't listen, you're kidding yourself. You are kidding yourself. They listen. They got they tapped in. They are tapped in. They are definitely tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm of the ilk. I will never talk down on players on my team. Will I critique them? Yes. I'll try to critique you as fairly as possible. But I will never talk down on you. Jalen Tolbert is a good wide receiver. He's not a wide receiver too. He's not. He's a good piece. He's not a wide receiver too. Yes, they will. Wanye Thomas is one of them. Wanye don't mind. He loves the smoke. But for the most part, it's like when you. I hope so, man. I hope so. I'm just grinding, bro. I hope so. It would mean a lot to me if they did, because then I would be semi-relevant. I mean, it wouldn't just be my kids who know me, you know what I'm saying, or my peoples who know me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be honest with you. So I'm calling it a wide receiver 3 by committee. Now I understand, right? I understand if we're carrying 5 wide receivers, how is that a wide receiver by committee? Simple. Same thing with the running backs. We know who the who's who are, right? Wide receiver 3 by committee. You're rolling out your wide receivers according to the style of defense that you're playing against. You know what I'm saying? You want finesse, Jalen Tolbert, probably even Trayshawn Holden, one of your UDFAs. If you're playing if you're playing a physical team like the Detroits, you're going to want a bigger body. You're going to want the Jonathan Mingo. You're going to want the Ryan Flanoy. You're going to want the Paris Campbell even, because he's a bigger body. Excuse me. Yeah. You're going to want the bigger body. You're going to want somebody who can stand up to that physicality. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing I do like about what I'm seeing as far as the wide receiver room. We already know. Yeah, sorry, Jalen Brooks. Yeah, I'll give you that. Turpin and Mingo are definitely the 3s. I mean, other dudes can throw their names in the hat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what was that? Trayshawn Holden was saying he's coming for heads. I don't know yet. I hope. Here it is. 1 second. Here it is. The pads come on Sunday. Let's see who the. Jesus Christ, that's 3. Let's see who the who's who are. The pads come on Sunday. Let's see who the who's who are. Thank you, Brandy. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for every position, though. That's not just the wide receivers. That's not just the running backs. If one of these veterans on the line can knock Tyler Guyton out of there, do it. Knock Cooper Beebe out of there, do it. Can knock Terrence Steele out of there, do it. Show me. You know what I'm saying? I have all the faith in every player on this team that they can be successful. But if you're trying to get to the upper echelon, you know, that starting spot, you got to want it. You have to want it. You have to want it and go out there and take it. Because if you can't, they're not going to give it to you. They're not going to give it to you. But what I do want from the dudes who are the backups is I want them to feel like I'm a starter too. Because then once, say, God forbid, an injury happens or we're just subbing in and out personnel, I don't want to drop off. I don't want it's like, oh boy, Kyer Elam has to take a break. Here comes Andrew Booth. And then we see another Malik Neighbors dicking his boots real quick. Yeah, no, I don't want to see that. I don't want there to be a drop off. I want this entire team, all 53 men, to have that fight, that dog in them. All 53 men willing to just throw their head into a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want for this team. All 53 men from quarterbacks on down. Because nobody's exempt. I kind of wanted to see. I'm a comic book freak. The first comic book I owned it was actually a series. It was the first 4 issues, literally the first 4 issues of the Fantastic Four. And that film is nostalgic to me. So I definitely want to see it. Now, is it streamable on Disney Plus? If so, then I'll definitely be watching that tonight. But back to football, man. I ain't going to give y'all too much more. It's getting kind of late. But back to football. I'm just optimistic, man. Again, the Pats came out years ago. I know it's damn it. Well, we'll have to wait till it comes out on Disney Plus. I'm not really a theater person anymore. Okay. Yeah. It's 11 o'clock here in Jersey. Oh, you in Cali? She a Cali girl. Yeah. I'm just hoping. I'm hoping for a lot, man. And Pats come on Sunday. We've what we've seen leading up to this point is promising. I love the fight. I love the intensity. I love the energy. Let's just keep it going. Let it snowball. Well, okay. All right. Where at in Texas? I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm from Chester, Pennsylvania, like 10 miles, not even 10 miles away from the chicken coop that they call Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Horrible. Horrible. Now, granted, Chester ain't no better than Philadelphia. Oh, trust me, Chester is no picnic. Like if you're into that kind of thing, if you're a thug like that, Chester always beats out Philadelphia in the murder rate, and Philadelphia is so much bigger than Chester. Okay, all right. I have family in Dallas. I have family in Dallas, Austin, and El Paso. Haven't been down there in a while, but yeah. But yeah, man, with that said, man, I appreciate everybody coming in. Go Longhorns, hook 'em. I'm sorry, Brandy, but I'm a Penn State Nittany Lion fan. Sorry. I still love you, though. Shit, I love the Marvion Overshown. That's for damn sure. You know what I'm saying? If there was any reason why I would love the Texas Longhorns, him, quiet as kept. Quiet as kept. I really did like Colt McCoy. I fucked with Colt McCoy hard. I liked him. I liked him coming out of college. I did. It's a shame he didn't have a better career. He had longevity. He played for a while. Backup You know what I'm saying? But I would have loved to have him coming out of college. But with that being said, I love you all. I appreciate y'all being here. Just on the road to trying to get to 100 subscribers. So I mean, tell your friends, man, have them come through. Yeah. So with that being said, man, I want you all to have a good night, man. Get some rest. Brandy, it's only 8 o'clock, so don't go doing nothing I wouldn't do. Dak Holmes, I appreciate you being here. You know what I'm saying? Who was that? Just Blaze? Who was that? Who was that? Oh, Joey Badass. Joey Badass. I appreciate you being here, my guy. You know what? Just because you up in here, you gonna catch a mind, bro. You know what I'm saying? CJ, my guy. He rocks with y'all. There we go. Wham. Get you a mod, bro. If anybody talks to Sadiqa, tell her I said prayers to her, and I love her much. And I just want you to have a good night, man. Until next time, probably see me Sunday. So yeah, have a good night, y'all. Hoodie Boys. Basement Boys out.